In the rural villages of Pakistan, an inspirational initiative is helping poor children to become empowered, maintain health, and stay out of trouble. And how is this all happening? Well, through a game called basketball. And the sport, which is so familiar to us, was brand new to Pakistan's underprivileged children. Using nothing but some cleared fields, a hoop, and a backboard, businessman and philanthropist Pervez Lodi had basketball courts installed that would provide a place for children to play. He even enlisted the help of the United Nations to spread this effort across the country to many other villages. Pervez brought basketball to Pakistan to help the youth, but now the LED-lit courts are improving life in the villages in more ways than anyone anticipated. Can something as simple as an orange ball really make a difference?
I wanted to get it started because I like doing things by setting an example. And that's why I personally get involved. It's tough driving hundreds of miles, in rough roads and everything else, and going to in rough weather or whatever. It was 110-degree temperature at that time and all that. I wanted to make sure that the few rough edges and few things that were there, I was able to see it myself. The kids started throwing it on the ground, and I said, I can't believe what's happening. It was bouncing perfectly. So I took a ball and I also tested that. Is it really real and all that? And that was history. Well, here's the interesting thing, I think it was just my good fortune that I connected with Pakistan country director like Masood Lohar, and he had already over the last several years trained and qualified local non-government organizations in these areas.
Well, initially I was very cynical about it. I thought it's not going to work. But then I realized that this kind of sports where team spirit is encouraged and it's a kind of a different sports paradigm. So I started realizing that this is really going to attract the young population here in Pakistan.
Some of these things are 21st century things going to 19th century people, and you have to hold their hand and teach them. I think it's a feel-good program which is very badly needed in many parts of the world.
I was thinking that I should tell Pervez Lodi that we should have a small library with every barefoot basketball court. So if some kids are playing the game, the other kids are reading books.
So here comes the connection with the solar and lighting. And I said, okay, if we can find a small area in the cluster of homes or a small village, and we light it and put these solar-powered floodlights, we put one basket on one side. Let's not go two baskets, that can come later. And that came together, and then suddenly that gelled together very nicely.
The lights that we have provided are meant for the barefoot basketball court, but what has happened in many cases that these lights are used in the night time by children to come and do their homework, women to come their embroidery. Technically has become a meeting point for all the community members.
And you could see the smiles, I think the smiles that you see on the children's faces and their parents' faces and everything there's no value you can put to that. There's no value you can put to that. I think, the cost of the basketball set and the floodlights and the benefits to the community, and what are the social benefits, what are the sports benefits, what's the children's benefit, what the benefit to girls, what's the benefits to this. I think it's massive at cost that is mind-bogglingly low.
I'm telling you, it's very easy to reach out every single youth through any source of entertainment, and barefoot basketball is a good example for that.
The fact that you are just putting a ball through a hoop that is not reachable and you're trying to do it, I saw it from the very first time somebody tried to do that. They wanted to do it second time, they wanted to do it third time. So maybe if I had 50 balls in that, and what was happening is that while the teams were playing with this one ball game, other balls were being taken by other young kids, and they were moving around, just dribbling it all over outside the courts, and we had a hard time keeping track of all the balls, It's not giving them the money. I think the important thing is giving them the opportunity to start thinking positive from being always negative. It's embedded in my memory, and I think I came back with much higher level of desire to do a lot more,